And you're good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Alzheimer's Association's Facebook Live session for the month of September. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Edgerly, the Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association in Northern California and Northern Nevada, and it is a pleasure to be with you here this month. We have so much to celebrate, so much going on. I first want to acknowledge that throughout the rest of September and the first half of October, we will be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. And in particular, for the Alzheimer's Association, we want to celebrate and recognize Hispanics and Latinos from throughout our area who are fighting to end Alzheimer's through their volunteerism, advocacy, education, and research. Thank you to all of you for being true champions in the cause to fight against Alzheimer's. We have a special event taking place with national partners on October 5th, Wednesday, October 5th. There is a free interactive webinar on building trust in the Hispanic and Latino community, integrating Hispanic perspectives when addressing Alzheimer's and dementia and more. We invite you to register for this free event. You'll see in the chat, there's information on how you can connect. And for those of you who are observing Yom Kippur on October 5th, we hope that there will be a recorded session so you can get that afterwards. Please feel free to reach out to us so we can make sure to get you a copy of that. If you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Edgerly, Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association here in Northern California and Northern Nevada. And we're so glad to have you join us. There's been so much going on around us. I don't know if you got rained on, but I sure did. I got soaked in Sacramento the other day, and it was wonderful. I'm so glad that we finally have some rain. Hopefully that is helping those of you who have been facing lots of smoke or even right there in the wildfires. We want to help make sure that everybody knows that there is help available. So if you are facing Alzheimer's, if you're a caregiver, if you're looking for resources, classes, groups, information, please reach out to the Alzheimer's Association. You can call our 1-800 number, and we're going to have that in the chat for you, or reach out to our website. There are so many free classes and groups. Please, please, please reach out and make sure you meet new friends, you learn new information, you learn about resources, but most of all, you find out you are not alone. We are there with you, and there are thousands and thousands of others going through what you're going through right now. There's some really wonderful, hopeful news on the horizon. One of the things I wanted to share with you are we are anxiously awaiting results of 3 phase 3 clinical trials for treatments for Alzheimer's. The first one that we expect to hear in the next, it could be even a couple of weeks to the end of the calendar year, and that is the drug lecanemab. We're waiting to hear if that is approved by the FDA under accelerated approval. We would hear about that by January 6th. And they're also going for traditional approval, so not the accelerated one, but the regular FDA approval, and they would be looking at that after February, so in that quarter. Very interesting to hear how that goes. The next drug that's going to be read out is called gantenerumab. These are all a big giant mouthful. They're all amyloid targeting drugs, trying to remove amyloid from the brain. Gantenerumab, we expect to hear more in their fourth quarter, which is also October to December. And then the third drug we're waiting on is called donanemab, and that's going to be after the new year. So why am I telling you this? Well, we have our fingers, we have our toes, we have everything crossed, hoping that among these drugs might be one way to slow the progression of the disease by clearing amyloid. What we expect to have happen is that it's going to take a multi-pronged approach to address a complex disease like Alzheimer's. And I wanted you to be aware that while these drugs are focusing on amyloid, there's been a lot of discussion about this. You should know that these were the first in the pipeline. This research has been going on for a decade. It takes a decade to get a readout from a clinical trial. So the reason it seems like everything's about amyloid is that was the first avenue of study. But don't worry, there are other drugs coming, other approaches, really innovative approaches, looking at tau tangles, looking at inflammation, looking at other proteins, even things like how the mitochondria are functioning. There's a whole host of strategies being examined. And so what we think is going to happen is there may be an amyloid intervention, and that's going to help maybe this much. And then there may be a tau intervention or a neuroinflammatory response, and we can combine things together. Very similar to how we currently address HIV and AIDS treatments. So stay tuned. I'm very excited and very hopeful that we're going to hear some interesting news. Another piece that we heard about, maybe not as hopeful, but still really important, is around long COVID. Long COVID, individuals with long COVID appear to have a significantly higher risk of being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Now, if you read those articles, you'll see someone having a caveat, and they're saying they were diagnosed with Alzheimer's. That does not mean they actually had Alzheimer's. Now, why would I say that? Because what we're seeing is that the effects of long COVID really do mirror Alzheimer's, but it may be that those symptoms remit and people actually get better. So while this is concerning to hear, it is worth investing and studying this more to really understand what are the true effects of long COVID, and do they get better, or are they lasting, and do they raise our risk for Alzheimer's? So I want to stop now and welcome all of you who just joined. I'm Elizabeth Edgerly. I'm the Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Association, sharing some good news. And I want to invite you all to get involved in the Alzheimer's Association. We need you. We need your voice. We need you to share your stories. So you're going to see in the chat ways that you can share your stories. We need to lift up your voices to legislators to help know that investing in Alzheimer's and dementia and caregivers matters to you. So we would love for you to get involved as volunteers in public policy, in programs, doing education on our behalf, and with the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We need your help. We would love for you to come, at minimum, come to your nearest Walk to End Alzheimer's and support the work that matters to you. It matters to all of us so dearly. But even more so, we sure could use your help as volunteers. So please consider making an impact, not only in one person's lives, but potentially thousands of people's lives by getting involved in our mission. We welcome you with open arms. So let me talk about the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And I have to get in the appropriate frame of mind to talk about the walk. It's walk season. I got to go to the Santa Cruz Walk, beautiful Santa Cruz Walk in Aptos, and a wonderful, wonderful group of volunteers and supporters. And congratulations to our team there. Our staff and volunteers did a great job. But walks are happening all over the country right now. And in Northern California, we've got some really great ones coming up. And I hope you will come with us. We are back in person. Woohoo! And it is fun. We're outside, so we've got nice ability to be careful, to be safe. And it is so meaningful. Now, why am I holding up this flower? If you've never been to the Walk to End Alzheimer's, one of the things you get to experience is the Promise Flower ceremony. And there are 4 different colors of flowers. You'll see that I have this purple flower with me at home. This is in memory of my mom, who I lost about 3 years ago. It's 2.5, 3 years ago to Lewy body dementia. And so everyone who's lost someone carries a purple flower. Those of us who are caregivers carry a yellow flower. The orange flower is for supporters of the cause, and the blue flower is for people living with Alzheimer's or a related dementia. And together we participate in a ceremony and we hold our flowers up high, and often they're blowing in the wind. It's absolutely beautiful. But really what it shows is that we're all in this together. For those of you who are going through this, to me, this is one of the most healing times to be standing with thousands of other people holding these flowers. Please come with us. It's so incredible. So we could use help from volunteers. I know I said that before, I'm going to say it again. We really need you. So there's some links that you can follow to volunteer. And also, there is an app for the walk. So if you haven't downloaded the Walk to End Alzheimer's app, please do. It's a great way to get registered, to invite people to join your team, to get details about the event. You can even deposit donations there. Of course, you can't do cash, but you can deposit checks using the app. It's really, really helpful. I used it to reach out to people. I always ask people, would you like to join my team or would you like to support the cause? And so often you will find people coming out of the woodwork to tell you, I just lost my mom, my father-in-law was diagnosed, or I have concerns about myself. And hearing that they are not alone, that you care about this, is really important. So I hope you'll join us. Next walk is going to be September 24th. We have two amazing walks. The first one is the Fresno Madera walk at Tesoro Viejo. And then we also have the Redding walk that's going to take place at Redding Civic Auditorium, Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Beautiful venues, fantastic walks. So if you live near those communities, September 24th. If you're in Sacramento, Sacramento, October 1st, River Walk Park. We've got a new venue. We would love to see you there. That's a big walk, but we could use more people. So let me give some quick shout outs to our top teams. In Fresno Madera, top team, Team Mo and Aggie. Mary Isley and Team Mo and Aggie have raised $22,690, and I bet it's already more because these individuals are incredible. And Mary Isley alone is our top individual fundraiser for that walk at over $9,000. Mary, you are incredible, and we are so grateful to you and your whole team for what you're doing to end Alzheimer's and joining in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. So thank you. In Redding, Team Good Old Phil, Lonnie Reginato, Good Old Phil has raised $3,700 and counting. Yay, Lonnie and team, you guys are fantastic. And the top individual is Stephanie Anderson of the Forget Me Nots. Stephanie has raised $1,165. And Stephanie, Michelle Perkins is right behind you. She is at $1,156. So watch out, someone's on your tail. But thank you all for all that you're doing to support the Redding Walk. And then Sacramento, October 1st, Team Snail. Now, I don't know if my colleague Michael is able to put up a photo here. Team Snail is led by Tom Rush. This is a very large team, and Tom has my favorite motor vehicle, Team Snail. I hope you can see this. Tom, you are amazing, and I love that you have a purple truck covered with Team Snail and Alzheimer's Association. Wow. Tom and this team so far has raised $18,595 for the walk, and Tom himself has raised over $9,400 of that. So Team Snail, I love seeing you turn out en masse. I love your shirts. I love your spirit. And I love your story and how you honor loved ones who've passed with Alzheimer's. So thank you so much. And thank you, Tom, for being amazing. Thank you to all of the committee chairs, our members of committees, volunteers, participants. There's still time. We need help. So I really hope you will join and ask people to join you. We need your support to put an end to Alzheimer's. And it's such an uplifting, wonderful, fun event and a great cause. So I hope you'll be there. As I mentioned before, we've got programs that you can access. Check out our website to get information on conferences, classes, groups, and then of course there's our 24/7 helpline. I think we've covered everything for today. I hope to see you at a walk to end Alzheimer's, and thank you so much for joining in. Let us know if you have any questions, reach out. We're here for you. Thanks everybody. Take care.